Comic Book Club. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
I'm Pete.
And we're going to do a speed round for you guys. Oh my god. So, Pete, why don't you kick it off?
He always kicks it off.
The Perhappernauts. Number 5. Perhappernauts.
You're a child.
Number 5. Man, this is awesome. The art, the writing, did a really good job of setting things up and kind of twisting it that you didn't see coming. It's just quirky, fun, very hilarious.
Great variant cover out there. I'll turn into that. Pick that up too. Green Lantern Corps number 32. Continuing
Don't
this.
hop on
this
my feet.
I will hop on whatever review I want. Crib, don't try to hop on this because you hate it. Dealing with Crib, part of the Faces of Evil DC promotion. This series is great. It's so gritty. You'd think that the Green Lantern space adventures would be kind of like sci-fi and stuff, but it's like, oh god, oh why, babies, all
So
this.
that's
happening.
your review. It's gritty.
It's great. It's a great read.
It's a speed round. We can just say that it's gritty and move on.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are the rules.
Don't comment on mine.
XMen and SpiderMan. This is probably my favorite series Christos Gage has ever done, and I usually like his work anyway.
Yeah.
This is excellent. Absolutely excellent. Mario Alberti's art is gorgeous throughout. This is showing X-Men and Spider-Man throughout the decade, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today, the greatest hits.
Wow.
And not only that, but it is a
If
great
you act
plot
now.
running through it. This is, Pete was nearly flipped backwards with excitement when I said this. This is a perfect single-issue comic. It's great. However, it has an overarching storyline that I really think is going to pay off really nicely with the last issue. I'm super excited. If you have been missing it, go back, get the individual issues and read it. If you don't want to for whatever reason, read the trade. But
Don't read the trade. Alex, you said not to read trades.
We're
You just said
picking
that.
it up in the single issues because it's enormously enjoyable and beautiful.
That is why. That is the
And I
main.
love it.
And there's a
That
tab.
is the main argument for all single issues right there. It's more enjoyable.
Uh-oh, she
That's
got
hysterical.
weird.
Oh, I had it up,
It's
see.
getting weird.
I had it up, see. Keep going, keep going.
Invincible number
This party's
58.
over.
Don't let this cover turn you off to this, okay? It's not all touchy-feely. It's actually
great,
does a really good job.
I'm so embarrassed.
Does a really good job.
I love your trades. I love you. I'll never say anything bad about you again.
Hey, you're wasted.
It was the
Wasted.
trade gods. The trade gods. Go on.
This issue does a really good job of setting things up, kind of getting you back in touch with the whole world of Invincible. You really see where everybody's at. The writing is really fantastic, really back on par.
Nice.
Douches.
Whoa. What do you think about when you do your angry pose down here? What do you think about?
I don't. I'm not thinking. I'm angry.
That's the truest thing you've ever said. BPRD, the Black Goddess number 1, continuing this great overarching story going through all of the Hellboy universe. It's a fantastic story. The art is really nice. It kind of reminds me of the current series Sandman the Dream Hunters. If you like that, the art has that feel where some of the panels are just quietly telling the story. Very good. Pick it up.
Green Arrow Black Canary number 16. We were pretty hard on Andrew Kreisberg for the last issue, if I remember correctly. This is intensely better. I wouldn't go as far to say this. It's good, but it's enjoyable. However, I always find it enormously silly when people are having arrow battles and jumping at each other and being like,
Why is that? Arrow battles they happen. They happen all the time.
Where'd you grow up?
Nottingham.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
gonna say. All right. Anyways,
Red Scarlet.
Punisher Warzone. Garth Ennis back on top of his game. He left Punisher, came back after 2 weeks. It's just nice to have him back. Number 5 of 6. Just great stuff. Great action. Great writing. Alex, you would agree with me.
I love it, and that I agree that week in the middle was really tough.
Yeah. Everyone freaked out a little bit.
It is very good, though.
Captain Britain and the MI-13 number 9. This series may be the best, one of the best coming out right now across the board. This is so good.
It's too bad that it's canceled, right?
It's not canceled. Who said that?
Who would say something like that?
No, don't point at me. America said that, but America was wrong.
Nice. So pick it up, right?
Definitely pick this up. It's fantastic.
Cool.
Best series.
Gravel, number 8. This is my favorite thing that Warren Ellis is writing right now. Hardcore, intense detective magician stories. This is a fun new start for the second arc of the series and has one of my favorite jokes of the week right at the end. Really enjoyable.
You're going to tell us what it is?
No, pick up the issue.
That's what you call a
I think it's
spoiler.
really important that
it's
people
in
pick
the
up
book.
the individual issues.
You guys.
Wow.
You guys are.
The Cleaners,
kiss.
number 2 of 4. The first one was set up the characters, but didn't get you kind of into where it was going at all, so it was a little weird. I was confused by it. But this one really does a great job of kind of giving you the idea of where the story's going. Some really great suspense writing, kind of horror-esque. I can't really explain everything about it, but it's very enjoyable. I recommend checking this out.
Take it out of the bag and read it.
I have.
Action Comics number 873, featuring Lex Luthor, apparently. This is part of the Face of
He's in
Evil.
there?
Yeah, he's in there for like a page, so don't pick this up expecting all Lex Luthor. This is part of the new Krypton story. I feel like this has been the 10th issue of it, and finally they're at the point where the story is actually beginning. Everything before this seems like setup, reading it, and now it's ready to move forward. And I'm excited at the point it's at, but it's been frustrating so far.
Faces of Evil, Prometheus, a one-shot by Sterling Gates. Sterling Gates is doing a great job right out of the gate. Super cool. Really enjoyed this issue so far. Yeah, I didn't even mean that. This is also exactly what the Faces of Evil thing should have been, rather than the Solomon Grundy thing, which was a teaser for the series. Lex Luthor and other things, which is kind of appear in the issue. This is what it should be: hard-boiled, horrible stories about the awful things that villains do from their perspective. And that's what this issue is. Really redeems the character of Prometheus as Grant Morrison created him. Great job.
If you're wondering what that noise is, Alex has a steam engine on the other side of the camera. DMZ War of Powers 2.
They can't hear my steam engine.
Well, maybe they
It will
can.
be too late for my magical machine.
Steampunk, man.
DMZ, the War of Power story arc is really awesome, kind of setting things up. It was kind of some one-shot stuff going on before, but this is doing a great job of really hitting what's going on now in the DMZ. Really intense stuff. I'm really back on board and excited about every issue again.
Really?
Really?
Question. X Infernus number 2. I like this series a lot. It's one of the few well-done X-Men series that stands alone without being a huge event, and it just exists on its own to tell the story. It's funny because in this they have to go into to purgatory, basically, into the underworld to go and get all these things. Limbo. And Cyclops is like, who should we send? And like, oh, Nightcrawler should go hit a soul sword pull out of him. Oh, these guys should go there from the new X-Men. And then Wolverine's just there, and he goes, and he's
Because
like,
he's Wolverine. You're not going to send... Of course you're going to send Wolverine to Limbo.
Well, Joe Quesada said, Wolverine, you should go on this too. And they were like, okay, let's send him. Cool. And so he went.
They should have Wolverine in every panel of every Marvel comic.
He's practically
there.
there.
Some DC comics.
Yeah.
just for kicks.
Well, I think that's what Final Crisis is all about. Wolverine's going to pop out and be like, sneak, motherfuckers, didn't see this coming, right?
Yeah. That would be totally cool. Last but not least, Army of Love, The Art of War, number 6. I've really enjoyed this series, and this is the most batshit crazy way Rick Veitch could have ever ended it. Really good, but totally over-the-top insane, even for what has gone on previously. However, I would say I really hope they collect the covers for the series because they are great across the board.
Yeah.
And that's it! If you have a question, write us at the Comic Book Club.
Speed round over.
Wow! The Comic Book Club at yahoo.com. You can upload your video responses, comment below, subscribe, tell your friends, and...
Visit us on a Tuesday in New York City at the People's Improv Theater, 8 p.m.
Seems like we've been drinking Yingling traditional lager for several days now. We still are. Made from the brewery, the oldest in the lower 48 states.
Do you know what? That fact just stopped being